welcome to Education Today. My name is Jasmine Clark, and today we have Dr. Rachel Heron, and she's going to share with us her top effective characteristics for teaching.
Okay, so one effective characteristic for teaching is good classroom management. If a teacher doesn't have a controlled and managed environment, everything will be chaotic and the students will not be able to learn.
True.
Another one is teachers must have passion for their profession of teaching and for the students that they teach. A teacher can't really be a great teacher if they don't love teaching and love their students. So another one is that a teacher must have is knowledge of curriculum and standards. A teacher must really understand the curriculum that their school sets as well as the state standards that are mandated. So another one a teacher must have is knowledge of their specific subject matter. If a teacher is teaching history and they don't really understand history and they don't know anything about it, they're not really going to be able to be effective.
Okay, and what would you say is the difference between curriculum and standards and the knowledge of subject matter?
Well, curriculum is going to be something that the school sets up, something that how you will teach the state's mandated standards that his students are going to be held accountable for. And subject matter just means, the specific subject that the teacher is teaching. They have to understand their reading or math or history or science, something like that. They really have to understand what they're specifically teaching.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so our last one that we're going to talk about is teachers must have high standards for all of their students. If a teacher expects the entire class to do well, it's much more likely that they will do well. Teachers can't just rely on their high achievers to do well. They have to expect everyone to do well.
That is so correct. Well, Dr. Heron, we want to thank you for coming in today, and we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back with Dr. Shelby Valdepina. Hello, and we're back with Dr. Shelby Valdepina, and she's going to be sharing with us her top effective characteristics for teaching.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yes.
All right. The first characteristic that I think is important is good communication and collaboration with your parents, with your staff in the building, and with your students. If you don't have good communication, then your classroom's going to fall apart. People aren't going to know what's going on, and students are going to get lost. Second would be professionalism in all areas, which you as the viewers are probably thinking, what is she wearing? She's not professional. I did just come from coaching soccer, and in soccer, this is professional.
It's true.
But anyways, professionalism in all areas is so important because if you show up in sweatpants to school, what are your kids going to think? Wow, she doesn't care. She doesn't want to be here. So it's so important to show that you genuinely care about your students and being there and about your job. Third is differentiated instruction. So we've got your auditory learners, we've got your kinesthetic, and we've got your visual learners. You as the teacher have to adhere to every single one of those students' needs. If you don't, you may have some kids that get left behind or confused, and we definitely don't want that.
I sure don't.
Next is enthusiasm with subject matter. So, I teach math, and between you and me, I hate math. I hate it. But if you ask my students in my classroom if I love math, every single one of those kids would know. So it's all about selling your subject matter to your students. If you love it, they'll love it. Simple as that. And lastly, on our list of effective teaching characteristics, we have patient and not giving up. In your classroom, you are going to have students that will test your patience. They will. They will do their best to see if they can get you to break.
Mm-hmm.
But you as a teacher can't, and you have to believe in those students who don't believe in themselves. So just continuing to work with them and not giving up, that's important.
Well, that's some great characteristics. And Dr. Valdepina, we want to thank you for coming in today and sharing with us. And for all of our viewers, we hope that you enjoyed this show, and we hope to see you next time here on Education Rocks.